Greetings and welcome to Unshaken Mind. It is a profound privilege to share this space and time with you. We have received a cascade of thoughtful, heartfelt questions from this growing community, a testament to the shared journey we are on. As promised, we will begin to address them, not in a rush, but with the careful consideration they deserve. Today, we will weave some of these inquiries into our main exploration, and this will become a recurring practice, a dialogue between us. So, stay with us until the very end for this shared reflection. Before we delve into that, let us first anchor ourselves in the heart of our practice. Imagine, for a moment, a version of yourself who moves through the world with an unshakable core of tranquility. Picture this person facing the sudden storm of a crisis, not with panicked reactivity, but with a calm, deliberate strength. They wake each morning not with a sense of dread for the day's potential trials, but with a quiet confidence, a readiness to engage with life as it is. This is not a fantasy. It is not a distant ideal reserved for ancient sages. This is the potential that resides within you right now. The Stoic path does not offer an escape from life's difficulties, but rather a profound method for transforming your relationship with them. It teaches us that the ultimate power lies not in controlling the world outside, but in mastering the world within. As the great Stoic teacher Epictetus, a man who endured the hardship of slavery to become one of history's most influential philosophers, wisely stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This single idea is the master key to unlocking a fortress of inner peace. Today, we will explore the practical, powerful steps to forge that key and turn that lock. These are not mere intellectual curiosities, they are tools for living. Let us begin this work together, understanding that each small, intentional shift we make today compounds into a more resilient, more serene tomorrow. Before we proceed, I extend my deepest gratitude for your presence. In an age of infinite distraction, your choice to be here, to invest this time in your own growth, is a meaningful act. I invite you now to make a quiet commitment to yourself, to be fully present for the duration of our exploration. You are not a passive viewer. You are an active participant in this dialogue, a fellow traveler on the path. Your unique perspective enriches this space. Let us honor our time together by offering it our full, undivided attention, open to the insights that may unfold. The first and most foundational pillar of a Stoic life is the cultivation of profound self-awareness. Have you ever truly paused the relentless forward march of your day to simply listen to the river of thoughts flowing through your mind? I don't mean a casual check-in. I mean a deep, non-judgmental listening, as if you were observing a natural phenomenon. Within our minds, a constant conversation is taking place. Sometimes it is a gentle murmur, a quiet stream of consciousness. At other times, it is a raging, chaotic tempest of anxieties, frustrations, and desires. This internal dialogue is the architect of your emotional world. It silently shapes your perceptions, dictates your decisions, and ultimately crafts the very fabric of your life. To become aware of this inner world is not just a helpful exercise. It is, without question, the beginning of all true freedom and wisdom. What does this self-awareness look like in practice? Imagine, if you will, that you are comprised of two distinct entities. The first is the thinker or the feeler, the part of you that experiences emotions, that gets swept up in anger, entangled in sadness, or elated by joy. This is the part of us that reacts instinctively to the world. But there is another, more subtle and powerful entity, the observer. This is the silent witness within, the part of you that can watch the thinker's drama unfold without being consumed by it. It is the calm center of the storm. This observer is your inner Stoic. When you find yourself in a challenging situation, a heated argument, a moment of professional failure, a surge of anxiety, your first task is to consciously step into the role of the observer. Watch your own emotional and mental reactions as if you were watching a play with a compassionate, curious detachment. It is absolutely crucial to understand that this practice is not about the suppression or denial of your emotions. Stoicism is often misunderstood as a philosophy of cold, emotionless detachment. This is a profound misunderstanding. The goal is not to stop feeling, but to stop being a slave to your feelings. The secret lies on a simple but powerful linguistic and philosophical shift, transforming the victim's cry of, "Why is this happening to me?" into the student's question of, "What can I learn from this?" This mindset does not merely build inner strength, it cultivates wisdom. As the philosopher Seneca, who endured exile, political turmoil, and ultimately a death sentence with remarkable composure, wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Your trials are not mere impediments on your path, they are the path itself. They are your most honest and demanding teachers. To begin this practice, take a moment to revisit the battlefield of your own past. Think of a time you faced a significant challenge, a moment when you thought you might break. Reflect on how you survived. What inner resources did you discover you possessed? What strengths, previously unknown, did you unearth in that moment of pressure? These past victories are not just memories, they are documented proof of your own resilience. Arm yourself with these lessons for the next round. When a new challenge appears on the horizon, consciously call to mind your history of survival. This isn't just a motivational pep talk, it's an evidence-based review of your own strength. Remember this fundamental truth: resilience is not a birthright. It is a skill meticulously honed in the crucible of adversity. Each and every challenge life presents you with is another opportunity to refine this essential craft. As you master the art of self-awareness and forge the steel of your resilience, you are not merely learning to withstand the storms of life. You are learning to navigate them with grace, wisdom, and an unwavering inner peace. These are not abstract theories, they are practical, battle-tested tactics that you can begin implementing this very day. In doing so, you will evolve not only into someone who remains calm in a crisis, but into a wiser, stronger, more profound version of yourself, ready to face whatever life may bring with courage and equanimity. Let us now build a collective testament to resilience. In the comments, type "The obstacle is the way" to affirm your commitment to finding growth in every challenge. Let us now explore the transformative power of perspective. Life can often feel like a tumultuous roller coaster with dizzying highs and stomach-lurching lows. But what if I told you that you possess a secret weapon, a tool so powerful it can fundamentally alter your experience of this ride without changing the tracks at all? This weapon is your perspective, the lens through which you interpret the events of your life. It is the narrative you choose to tell yourself about what is happening. This brings us back to that core tenet of Stoicism. It is not the event itself, but our judgment about the event that causes our distress. Your experience is not what happens to you. It is the story you weave around what happens to you. Imagine your mind is a perfectly clear, untroubled mirror. It reflects everything that passes before it: the beautiful, the mundane, the ugly. It reflects the sunshine and it reflects the storm clouds. But here is the crucial part: the mirror itself is not affected. It doesn't become angry at the reflection of a storm or joyful at the reflection of a sunrise. It simply observes and reflects what is. You can learn to cultivate this quality in your own mind.
When a stressful event occurs, a critical email from your boss, an unexpected bill, practice taking a mental step back. Observe the situation with the detachment of a scientist or an impartial spectator. This emotional distance is not a sign of carelessness. It is a strategic maneuver to protect your inner citadel, your peace of mind, from the chaos of the external world. It allows you to respond from a place of reason and calm, rather than reacting from a place of fear and panic. You can begin to practice this profound shift with a very simple and deliberate action. The next time a small annoyance threatens to disrupt your tranquility, someone cutting you off in traffic, a barista getting your order wrong, I want you to pause, just for a single, conscious moment. Take one deep breath. In that space you've just created, ask yourself a critical question. In the grand scheme of my entire life, how much does this truly matter? Is this event worth the price of my inner peace? More often than not, the answer will be a resounding no. Then visualize yourself responding calmly and rationally. Over time, through consistent practice, this conscious pause and rational response will become your default setting, your natural reaction, even when faced with far greater challenges.
This deliberate shift in perspective is one of the most powerful tools in your Stoic arsenal. Wield it wisely and watch as your world transforms, not because the world itself has changed, but because you. How do you practice shifting your perspective? Share a specific mental phrase or question you use to regain your calm when faced with an annoyance. Let's learn from each other below. Now, let us turn to the gentle yet formidable practice of gratitude. Practicing Stoic gratitude is not about putting a fake smile on every problem or engaging in a form of toxic positivity. It is about deliberately training your focus. It is the act of panning for gold in the river of your daily experience, searching for the gleaming nuggets of goodness even when the water is murky and the current is strong. It's about acknowledging that even on the most difficult days, there are still things that are going right. This practice provides a crucial counterbalance to our brain's natural negativity bias, which tends to fixate on threats, problems, and deficiencies. Think of a common frustration. You're running late and you've just missed the bus. The initial reaction is a surge of anger and anxiety. But what if you chose a different perspective? You now have a few unexpected moments of stillness. You can feel the air on your skin, observe the people passing by, or simply enjoy a moment of quiet contemplation under the open sky. You've just spilled wine on your favorite shirt. A frustrating event, to be sure, but it is also an opportunity to rediscover other items in your wardrobe, perhaps finding a new favorite in a long-forgotten piece of clothing. Gratitude finds the opportunity hidden within the inconvenience. A powerful way to embed this practice into your life is to begin or end your day by identifying 3 specific things for which you are grateful. They don't have to be monumental. It could be a warm cup of coffee, a shared joke with a colleague, the way the morning sunlight illuminated the buildings on your commute, or the simple comfort of your bed after a long day. The point is not to ignore life's difficulties, but to rebalance the scales of your attention. By consciously focusing on the good, you prevent the weight of the negative from overwhelming you. Even in the heart of a truly terrible day, gratitude can act as a lifeline. Stuck in a traffic jam? It's an opportunity for a private concert in your car or to listen to an enriching podcast. Overwhelmed with work? It's evidence that you are needed, that you are developing skills and resilience. As Epictetus taught, he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. This is the heart of Stoic gratitude. It is a deep appreciation for the present moment, rooted in the sober understanding of life's impermanence. Everything is fleeting.
This very moment will never come again. To be grateful is to be fully present to the gift of the now, without anxious dependence on the future or lingering regret for the past. It is a discipline of joy, a conscious choice to celebrate the good that already exists in your life. Let's start a wave of gratitude right now. In the comments, share one small, specific thing you are grateful for today. Your entry might just remind someone else of their own blessings. There is one law in the universe that is absolute and inescapable. Everything changes. The seasons turn, technology evolves, empires rise and fall, people come and go from our lives. Change is the only constant. To resist change is akin to standing on the shore and commanding the tide not to come in. It is an exhausting, futile, and ultimately self-defeating struggle. The Stoics understood this deeply. They taught that wisdom lies not in resisting the inevitable flow of life, but in learning to adapt to it with grace and flexibility. Embracing change rather than fighting it is profoundly liberating. It is the difference between being a rigid, brittle branch that snaps in the wind and a supple reed that bends with the current and remains whole. When you are confronted with a significant change, whether it's a career transition, a shift in a relationship, or a change in your health, your first task is to pause and assess the new landscape without immediate judgment. What precisely is new? What is different? What has been lost? Once you have a clear picture of the reality of the situation, you can then ask the most empowering question of all. How can I adapt? This might involve learning a new skill set for a different job. It might mean discovering new ways to connect with a loved one in a long-distance relationship. Adaptation is your superpower in the face of an ever-changing world. When you are confronted with a significant change, whether it's a career transition, a shift in a relationship, or a change in your health, your first task is to pause and assess the new landscape without immediate judgment. What precisely is new? What is different? What has been lost? Once you have a clear picture of the reality of the situation, you can then ask the most empowering question of all. How can I adapt? This might involve learning a new skill set for a different job. It might mean discovering new ways to connect with a loved one in a long-distance relationship. Adaptation is your superpower in the face of an ever-changing world.
It is the expression of your inherent creativity and resilience. It is essential to realize that while everything around you may be in a state of flux, you can cultivate a source of profound stability within yourself. Your core values, your principles of honesty, compassion, courage, and justice are your internal anchor in the shifting seas of life. Your long-term goals and your deepest passions also serve as a rudder, giving you direction even when the waters are choppy. When the world outside feels chaotic and uncertain, you can always return to these internal constants. They are your North Star, your unwavering guide. This inner stability allows you to navigate external change without losing your sense of self or purpose. Ultimately, the Stoic embrace of change is rooted in an understanding that you cannot predict the future, but you can prepare for it. The best preparation is a commitment to continuous growth. Keep learning, keep expanding your skills, keep challenging your own assumptions. The more adaptable, knowledgeable, and resilient you become, the better equipped you will be to handle whatever unpredictable turns the river of life may take. See change not as your enemy, but as your collaborator. It is a constant, ever-present opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to become the most capable, wise, and virtuous version of yourself. Ultimately, the Stoic lesson that is helping me most embrace change is, fill in the blank in the comments and share your wisdom with our community. Let us now focus our attention on the practice of cultivating mindful moments. Have you ever been in the middle of a task and suddenly realized that your mind has been a million miles away? You might be physically present at your work desk, but your thoughts are replaying a conversation from last night. You might be sitting at the dinner table with your family, but your mind is anxiously planning the details of tomorrow's meeting. This mental fragmentation is a common challenge in our modern world. To be fully present, to be truly here in the only moment that ever truly exists, the now, is one of the most effective ways to reduce stress and live a more stoic life. Mindfulness, in the Stoic sense, is about immersing yourself completely in the present, without being held captive by the ghosts of the past or the phantoms of the future. To practice this form of active attention, which the Stoics called prosoche, you don't need any special equipment or a quiet room. You can begin right where you are, with your own senses. What are 5 things you can see right now? Notice colors, shapes, textures. What are 4 things you can feel? The pressure of your chair, the fabric of your clothes, the temperature of the air. What are 3 things you can hear? The distant hum of traffic, the sound of your own breathing. What are 2 things you can smell? And what is 1 thing you can taste? Engaging your senses in this way acts as an anchor, pulling your wandering mind back from its travels through time and grounding it firmly in the reality of the present moment. Apply this practice to everyday activities. When you eat, truly taste your food. When you walk, feel the sensation of your feet on the ground. When you are in a conversation, listen with your whole being. When you are fully and completely present, the power of stress and anxiety diminishes significantly. Why? Because most of our worries are rooted in thoughts about the future, and most of our regrets are rooted in thoughts about the past. When your attention is entirely focused on the now, there is little room for these anxieties to take hold. You are not worrying about tomorrow's presentation or ruminating on yesterday's mistake. You are simply here, in this moment. This focused state of mind brings with it a profound clarity and serenity. It allows you to approach situations with a calm mind and a clear head, making you more effective, more perceptive, and more at peace. As Seneca so beautifully expressed it, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Like any skill, mindfulness requires consistent practice. It's like training a puppy to sit. At first, its attention will constantly wander, and you must gently but firmly guide it back again and again. You can set small reminders throughout your day, an alarm on your phone, a sticky note on your computer, to simply pause and ask yourself, am I truly present right now? What am I feeling, thinking, and sensing in this moment? Through regular, dedicated practice, your natural state will gradually shift from one of scattered distraction to one of centered presence and tranquility. To anchor ourselves in this practice together, take a moment right now to notice your breath. Simply type "breathe" in the comments as a sign of your commitment to being present. Finally, let us consider the vital role of our relationships. Human beings are inherently social creatures. Our connections with others have a profound impact on our well-being and our capacity for a flourishing life, or eudaimonia. However, it is a crucial Stoic insight to recognize that not all relationships are created equal. Healthy relationships, those built on a foundation of mutual respect, genuine understanding, and unwavering support, are essential nutrients for the soul. They provide us with comfort in times of hardship and amplify our joy in times of prosperity. A core part of living a wise life is to intentionally cultivate and nurture these positive, uplifting connections. It is equally crucial to be vigilant against the presence of toxic relationships in our lives. These are the connections that consistently drain your energy, introduce a steady stream of negativity into your mind, or disrespect your personal boundaries. Such relationships can be a significant source of chronic stress and unhappiness, acting as a constant drain on your inner resources.
The Stoic practice of wisdom and justice sometimes requires us to make the difficult but necessary decision to create distance from these relationships, or even to end them, in order to protect our own well-being and preserve our capacity for virtue. This is not an act of cruelty, but an act of profound self-respect. Remember that the value of your relationships lies not in their quantity, but in their quality. A few deep, authentic, and virtuous friendships are infinitely more valuable than a wide network of superficial connections. The Stoics viewed a true friend as a second self, someone with whom you could share your inner world and who would challenge you to be a better version of yourself. Invest your limited time and energy in nurturing these kinds of bonds. Be the kind of friend you wish to have, and choose your company wisely, for those we spend our time with inevitably shape who we become. The path of Stoicism is a lifelong journey, not a destination. It does not demand perfection, but it does demand consistent, sincere effort. It is a gradual process of making small, incremental progress toward a life of greater tranquility, wisdom, and fulfillment. So, why not begin today? Why not take one of these principles and begin the noble work of mastering the art of Stoicism, especially in those moments that test you the most? Thank you for walking this path with us today. Now, as promised, let us turn to the thoughtful questions from our community. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you have found value in our shared exploration. Our first question comes from Desvoiage1, who is navigating an extremely difficult period marked by loneliness and health challenges. My friend, it is in the darkest of nights that we can learn to see the stars. As a Stoic, the first step is to recognize the immense inner strength that can be discovered precisely in these moments of profound trial. While your situation is undoubtedly difficult, it can also be an opportunity to reconnect with aspects of life that may have been overlooked. Consider dedicating time to small, controllable activities that bring you a measure of comfort or joy, no matter how insignificant they may seem. This could be reading a beloved book, journaling your thoughts, or simply sitting in nature and observing the world without judgment. Focus on the dignity of your effort, not the magnitude of the outcome. Furthermore, remember that Stoicism values community. The word Stoic may evoke an image of solitary endurance, but the philosophy emphasizes our interconnectedness. Seeking out support groups, whether online or in your local community, can be a powerful way to feel less alone and share your journey with others who understand. Finally, while the future may seem uncertain, the Stoic practice is to gently but firmly bring your focus back to the present moment. Find value and meaning in the here and now. Your worth as a human being is not defined by your circumstances. You possess within you an inviolable inner citadel of strength, and you have the power to face these trials and find moments of peace, even amidst the pain. For Desvoiage1 and anyone facing similar struggles, let's fill the comments with support. Simply type a heart emoji, RE, to send a wave of communal strength. Next, Simon Lafort asks for a more effective way to discover one's passion than simple trial and error. To discover your calling, I suggest you shift your focus from passion to purpose. Passion can be fleeting, but purpose is enduring. Begin with deep self-reflection.
Journaling is an invaluable tool here. Ask yourself, what activities make me feel a sense of deep fulfillment, as if I am using my highest faculties? When do I feel most aligned with my own values? What problems in the world do I feel a genuine pull to solve? To evaluate if a potential goal is worthy, use the Stoic lens of virtue. Does the pursuit of this goal encourage your own personal growth in wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance? Does it have a positive impact, however small, on the people and the world around you? A goal that aligns with your core values and contributes to the common good is a powerful signpost pointing toward a meaningful path. What is one core value that guides your personal and professional goals? Share it below. Mine is wisdom.
Kuruyan raises a wonderful question about how to transmit the values of Stoic wisdom to children. The most powerful method, without question, is through your own example. Children learn far more from who you are than from what you say. Your daily actions, how you handle your own emotions, how you respond to setbacks, how you treat others, are their primary textbook. You can integrate discussions about gratitude, the importance of effort over outcome, and learning from failure into your everyday conversations. Use stories, both from your own life and from history, about people who exemplify Stoic values. For a young child, you can make the dichotomy of control tangible with a simple circle game. Draw 2 circles. In the inner circle, help them list things they can control: their effort, their kindness, their words. In the outer circle, list things they can't control: the weather, what other kids do. This simple visual can help them internalize one of the most powerful concepts in all of philosophy. If you were to share one Stoic idea with a child, which would it be? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. Ruborn Skoo asks how to stay on track with long-term goals despite daily obstacles and emotional turbulence. The key is to apply the dichotomy of control with precision. Your long-term goal is the destination, but your focus must be on the journey, specifically on the parts of the journey that are under your direct control. Seneca uses the analogy of an archer. The archer can do everything in their power to shoot well. They can perfect their stance, control their breathing, and aim carefully. This is their responsibility. However, once the arrow leaves the bow, a sudden gust of wind, an external factor, may divert it from its target. The Stoic archer judges their success not on whether they hit the target, the outcome, but on the quality of their effort and skill in shooting the arrow, the process. Celebrate your progress, however small. Focus on consistently executing the daily actions that are within your control. That is where true victory lies. Let's commit to the process. Type "focus on the process" below as a reminder to yourself and others. Finally, Aurora poses a profound philosophical question. How do we reconcile the idea that our choices give life meaning with the reality that everything we build is ephemeral and will eventually be erased by time? The Stoic answer is that meaning is not found in the permanence of our creations, but in the quality and virtue of our actions in the present moment. The universe may be indifferent to whether your name is remembered in 1,000 years, but your character, the integrity, courage, and compassion you express right now is of ultimate importance. The value lies in how you live, not in what you leave behind. Even if our accomplishments are temporary, the moral quality of our actions has an intrinsic worth that transcends time. This understanding encourages us to act with intention and to cherish each moment, recognizing the inherent value of living virtuously, independent of any lasting legacy. We have explored some fascinating questions today, and I want to extend my deepest thanks for all of your enriching contributions. There are still dozens more inquiries, each more interesting than the last, and it would be impossible to answer them all in this single video. But please know, I am reading and reflecting on every single one. My intention is to continue this dialogue in our future videos. At the end of each exploration, I will take the time to answer a few more of your questions. This feels like a wonderful way to keep our conversation flowing. I invite you to share your opinion in the comments. Do you feel this is the best approach, or would you prefer an entire video dedicated solely to answering these questions? Your feedback is invaluable, as I wish to shape this channel according to your needs and interests.
Thank you again for your active participation and your stimulating questions. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss the answers in our upcoming videos. Until next time, be well. And now for one final reflection. We have spoken today of resilience, perspective, and awareness. Think about the days ahead, the challenges and opportunities that await you. If you were to choose just one Stoic principle to act as your primary guide, your unwavering compass through the next 7 days, which principle would it be, and why? Share your chosen guide in the comments below. Your declaration may be the very insight someone else needs to hear today.